Starter kit for only $24.99. Stop by K&H Auto Supply, your Parts City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
At the KSMO Studios here at 1340, it's time for our Extension Wednesday, and Sarah has made it in this morning.
Good morning, Stan.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are
Good,
you?
very good. You had a good Thanksgiving?
We did. It was nice.
Did you go out with the kids and walk around and enjoy it, do some turkey gobbling and stuff like that?
We went up to visit my family, and so had some fun, did some fun stuff up there.
A little snowy up that way?
Not until we left, so we missed it. But
okay, so you got out of there in time.
We did, yeah.
No, very good. Okay, good. Well, great. Anyway, we are here to talk a little bit about what's going on with our Dent County Extension, and got some stuff going on, don't we? We've got an election coming up in January. We've got a few other things going on. So, Sarah, what's on your plate?
It's busy as usual, but yeah, the election is coming up. It'll be the first full week of January, so January 7th through 11th, and we have some great candidates this year. In our Northern District, it's Mike Dunn and Crystal Sims. Central District, Tom Haynes, Chris Holliday, Lane Howard, Kendra Mowbray, and Kay Wortman. And then in the Southern District, it's Karen Casper and Tracy Strange. So, so you'll probably see the legal notice in the paper next week or the week after, and then watch for the ballots and everything. That first week you'll see the bios of these candidates in the paper the week before the election. And you know, our Extension Council, it's the local advisory group. They help us manage our office operations and keep our office, all of that on track. And then we also, they help us with programming and thinking about making sure we're meeting the needs of Dent County residents. So it's a really good opportunity to help us connect to local residents and then also to learn more about what the university and Extension does. So we're really appreciative of all of our Extension Council members. And
it's nice to have diverse backgrounds with everybody, because you get some different ideas in there about what people think is important.
And it's not just about farming. That's something we always remind people is Extension is not just about agriculture. That's a big piece of it, but we have 4-H. We do programs with leadership and organizational planning, nutrition, so all kinds of things. It's more than just agriculture. So
it definitely is, and people need to know. But when we start to say agriculture, I still think people think agriculture is farming and planting. Farming just being your planting of your vegetables and stuff, and then maybe livestock. And that's really about it. That's what I kind of think of it. But agriculture today is so vast. I mean, it's huge when you start looking at the different things that they do. So a lot of it is agriculture, or might be agriculture related.
Right. Well,
but because we got a workshop coming up here very soon that's talking about, vegetable and fruit safety.
Right, and that's a big thing right now. I mean, you think about the romaine lettuce, recalls and all of that. That produce safety is becoming really important, and that's another reason to help think about shopping local. When you know your farmer and you can. Know what kind of production practices, but it's also important for those farmers too. They still have to be up to speed and up to date on all the food safety practices and making sure they're doing it correctly. So that workshop is coming up on December 6th, and it's going to be at the Merrimack Regional Planning Commission office in St. James. Naturally, Merrimack Consortium is co-hosting that with us, and they, that's a group that's trying to help local agribusinesses, local farmers, agritourism operations, help sort of jointly market. So it's a way to really get your name out there and help. They're doing wine trails and all kinds of
doing a lot of different things. Yeah.
So it's that's a neat organization. So if you have that kind of business and you're interested, it's a good place to connect.
And if you're interested in that, you just contact MRPC and they can get you the information. But naturally, Merrimack is all the different Merrimack counties. They have they've got on their website a little map where all the different members are and what they do, and you can go on that. And as you mentioned, they've had wine trails before where you can go from this winery to that winery to that winery, and they have specials that are going on. So find out more about that. But there's so many different things with Naturally Merrimack that are so positive that if you are a producer of any type of product, you can become part of that.
Right.
Very, very interesting. I think Connie Willman. Yeah.
And there's a new girl, Samantha Madison, who's helping too.
Okay.
So, and if you're interested
Connie's kind of semi-retired.
I think so, yeah.
But she never really retired.
Yeah. No, she's got a lot of skills that she
contributes
does. There. So
Connie's been around a while, but she's very knowledgeable, and this is kind of a passion of hers. This is kind of like a baby she really wanted to get started about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So now it's finally coming to fruition. With the advancement of technology, Sarah,
Right.
These things are positive now that may not have been positive 20 years ago.
Right. They have a neat Facebook page, so if you're on Facebook, check them out because they post, they'll go, I think it's Connie, but they go visit different sites around our region and highlight different businesses, and it's kind of neat. I've learned about some things I didn't know, places to shop and places to go eat, so it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're co-hosting that produce safety workshop with us,
Okay.
and so
is there any cost?
no, it's free.
Okay.
And Naturally Merrimack is providing lunch and some breakfast snacks. So
Okay.
some
And the
little-
time of that
It's
is
8:30 to 12:30 on December 6th, and you need to call and sign up by the 4th so that they make sure they have a lunch for you. And if you go to this workshop, it's the 4-hour. It's a shortened training for the new Food Safety Modernization Act through the Food and Drug Administration.
Okay.
So this isn't, you won't be certified, but this is more of a find out if you need to do the full certification and kind of see where your business is at related to the requirements for that FSMA.
like a preliminary course. Just
Yeah,
a
like an intro
prerequisite
to and
see
find
if-
out what's
yeah.
next. So,
Okay.
but they'll talk about some basics that really, no matter whether you need to be certified or not, there's just some good reminders about worker hygiene, soil amendments, and water testing. And when you participate in this workshop, you'll get a free a ticket for a free water sample to get your water tested.
Oh, very good.
So yeah, so there's some benefits to attend this. So check it out. You can call our office if you have questions about the content, or call Samantha at MRPC, and her number is 573-265-2993 to get signed up by
Okay,
next
and
Tuesday.
give Samantha a call today. By the 4th. Is there,
By the
is there
4th,
a
so we
cutoff
can-
time, normal
Just
business
the end of
hours on the
day.
4th? Okay.
Yep, they just need to give the head count to the caterer. So.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So that's going to be here before you know it. I think people think December, that's a long way
I
off.
know, but it's next week already.
I know.
Yeah. There's also some other, I didn't bring flyers for them, but you mentioned about all the different parts of agriculture, and there's some workshops this month and next about farm labor,
Right.
and then farm taxes. We're getting into tax season, so if you're interested in those types of things, give us a call and we'll get you the information. But really helping you think through how to do your books, what kind of information you need to know, and then work, dealing with labor issues and hiring and firing and all that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, and if they go on your website, they're going to also find other different things going on. Maybe not in Dent County, but Phelps County or Crawford County. I know Chantel's had budgeting workshops that she holds off and on throughout the entire year. You can find out one of those comes up, and maybe it might be addressing something that you need to send your child to, or maybe you need to attend. A refresher course never hurt anybody.
Right, that's right.
On updating yourself. And then we have other different specialists that are holding different workshops as well. And I mean, it's nothing as easy as going onto the website, which
Right.
is,
extension.missouri, all spelled out, .edu.
okay, so you just go on there, check it out, and you go to any county you want. You can find out what's going on there. But while you're there, you can also just type in the search budgeting, or you might have grass workshop.
Yep.
Maybe you're looking at something different. Maybe you're looking at a hay workshop. Sometimes they have those fencing workshops that they hold.
Right.
Don't know of any of those going on right now, but once you go on there, you'll find out when they are being held, because the fence laws in Missouri are just kind of insane.
A little bit.
And sometimes you definitely need a refresher course on that one, because as soon as you think you've got it figured out, you don't.
Right. Yeah. And, we, part of our Extension Council, at the end of our meetings, we always ask if there's programming priorities or ideas. And one thing that came up recently that we're going to try to work with and partner with FFA probably in the spring is a welding basics. So just sort of a refresher course on welding. We had some farmers that asked for that. So, we're open to ideas, and if we can't do it, we'll find someone that can, or, help connect you to the right source. But we have a lot of specialties and specialists, and we can help get a lot of those things done. So we want to know what you need and how we can help.
Years ago, I think welding is kind of a lost art, because a lot of farmers didn't have time to go hire a welder. If
Right.
something happened to their tractor, they had to weld it themselves. And even some fences, if they had a problem with their fence, they can go weld it and put it back without having to replace the whole line. Kind of crazy things, but it is kind of a lost art. You don't see a lot of people with that anymore. Of course, if you want to learn how to weld, obviously, you need to be careful. It can burn you badly if you don't do the right things. But those refresher courses are great, or if somebody wants to be introduced to it,
Right.
they can really learn something new about probably I will say old school, but it is kind of old school in a way where farmers were self-reliant to do virtually everything.
Right.
Fix their tractors, weld them if needed, and do what you need to do.
Yeah. So we're working on some things like that. And let's see. So another, 4-H is still taking enrollment. So if you'd like to be involved in 4-H, you can sign up. And they're getting started with some of their projects and things. I think we're going to do one of the project leaders is going to do some gardening out at the community garden. So we're excited about that
very good.
partnership. So yeah, lots of new things happening.
Well, speaking of community garden, don't forget to throw a plug in for that, ching ching.
Yeah. So it's, it's the off season.
It is off season, but you need if you got people interested for next year, they can sign up.
We're gonna get the advisory group together and think through, but we do have plots available, and so give us a call and we'll help connect you. We'll hopefully have our new season guidelines ready by February, right when people are starting to get those seed catalogs, and it's out there by the Methodist Church. And,
it's in the back corner.
In the back corner.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
Yeah, and it's a great place if you just don't have space and want to garden, or you want to learn more about gardening and get started without a lot of investment. We can help you out there. So
neat thing about this garden is that if you're out there and there's other people out there, you can ask them questions.
Right.
And you get such great information, stuff that you think everybody should know. Well, you don't. You just don't. Some of these people do stuff that I never would have thought of,
right? Yeah.
In growing vegetables or growing a specific type of something that they want to grow. And I thought, so one person used coffee grounds. They said, well, we put coffee grounds in there. And I said, why? Well, it gives it a better flavor. Maybe I never thought about it, but, it enhances the soil. And, because there is the nutrients in coffee that get into the soil. So maybe it does make it taste better.
All kinds of tricks. And people talk about, I've started growing some new things I never knew about, but people were raving about them and shared recipes and all kinds of things. And this year we had great volunteers. At the end of the season, some students from, excuse me, from MS&T came down and helped volunteer, kind of do the fall cleanup, and some of the American Volunteers group came out and helped. And we have great volunteers that help us with that project. So
again, how do they sign up? There's no cost to sign up, right?
Well, we might have to kind of do just a little bit. There's always those ongoing costs to keep the beds built and tools.
Well,
and
that's
things.
true.
So
I mean,
we may have to do just a small. It'll still be manageable, and we'll try to work with you if there's an issue with that. But we haven't quite worked that through. But there might be a little cost to participate this year, but we haven't quite finished that. But anyway, call and give us a call us.
It'll be minimal.
It'll be minimal, just to help us, have a little pot to add to our tool base or things like that. But 729-3196 and ask for me, Sarah, and we can talk about it and get you signed up. So
very good.
Yeah. But talking about youth projects too, while we're at it. There's a new, and you remember Ben Latimer? He was our AmeriCorps volunteer at the garden a couple of years ago. So he went on to the University of Missouri in Columbia in their engineering department, something with engineering and neuroscience. I'm not exactly sure how those connect, but
I'm not either.
He's working on a degree there, and he's working on a program called the Elementary Engineering Academy and Tech for K5. I don't know what that means.
Kindergarten through fifth grade.
But it's 4th and 5th graders. Anyway, I'm not sure. So anyway, but it's a robotics and STEM program tied to engineering. So they're learning engineering principles using Legos and robots and iPads and all kinds of cool technology.
Fun stuff.
I know, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
So he connected with Mrs. Holland at Green Forest. She teaches 5th grade there. And every Wednesday afternoon, they have an after-school program for the 4th and 5th graders with this engineering tech program. And they've been doing it since, they started their second year doing that program.
Okay.
So anyway, the University Extension wants to help grow that and get more schools involved and encouraged. So they're offering to match up to $1,000 in local donations. So if you're a business or an individual that thinks this is cool, wants to help support kids to learn engineering and STEM, technology, all that kind of, those new skills that are really, some of the jobs are really looking at those. we would love to talk to you about maybe, a small donation to help support that. But yeah, if we can get $1,000 here, we'll have $2,000 to help support Mrs. Holland's program and some of the other schools that might be
grow
interested
some
to
other ones.
grow some
Sure,
of that.
absolutely.
So I have a flyer, and we're going to be talking to some local businesses. But if you're interested to help us think about that, give us a call at the office, and I'll explain some more about it. So anyway,
That's neat.
isn't that cool? But this is part of the University Extension has really been trying to rebrand and restructure so that we're really meeting local needs. And so we have 3 main goals now related to health, education, and economy. There, I'll get them. Health, education, and economy. And so we're really trying to focus our efforts to make sure we're meeting those 3 big goals, which all of our communities are working on. Everybody's got issues in those areas. And so how can Extension really be helpful on those? So we're doing a lot more partnering and bringing the university. We've been part of the university, but we don't always connect the dots well.
Right.
So we're really trying to make sure that we're connecting and bringing the university and those resources out here too. So you'll probably be seeing a lot more things that say University of Missouri and Extension and ways that we can partner. So it's kind of exciting. It's a new time for Extension.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
We have some new faculty come on board soon, so hopefully we'll get them down here. We have a new youth specialist up in Crawford County, Kendra Swee, and she just started about a week ago. There's going to be a new nutrition specialist up in Phelps County. Starts in maybe next week or so. So yeah, and we're going to start doing interviews for the livestock position, hopefully the end of this month. So maybe early spring we'll have somebody back in that livestock position in Dent County. All kinds of things.
Busy time,
is
isn't
busy,
it?
yeah.
It's a very busy time. And again, we don't take anything away from the things that people still remember from Extension, hay testing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't forget your soil testing.
Right.
And, of course, if you find a critter or a bug that you see crawling in your home that you've never, ever seen before,
Right.
Capture it and take it. Don't squish it. It's a little too late if you squish it.
Yeah.
But if you can, capture it or get it trapped and take it up to the Extension. They can send it off to the university, and the people up there can take a look at it, and they'll send you actually a real interesting feedback on what you found, and where it normally is. And a lot of times the bug just gets carried in on wind or a car or whatever, and it ends up in your house somehow, and you're thinking, is this a dangerous bug or is this something different?
Right.
We had, and I can't even tell you what it was, but it kind of looked like a hybrid between a wasp and a praying mantis. It really was a really weird looking bug, and it comes from Alabama.
Wow.
How did it get in our house? And it was dead, but it was in our house. How did it get there?
Yeah. So yeah, all the usual stuff. We have, you can look up guide sheets and information documents that you can print for free off of our website.
Right.
All kinds of information.
So there is plenty out there, or if you just want to, they still have brochures up at the office on a number of different topics, so you can get that. But you can find out a lot online as well. Just check it out for yourself. The Extension office is on the 2nd floor of the Judicial Building still. After a few little jots around. We didn't know where you guys were going to end up there for a while, but
We're up there.
still on the
It's
2nd floor.
Good
Yes,
office
there's
space.
still a wonderful climb of steps.
We'll help. We'll come down to you if we.
But if
to,
you
so.
need them, just give them a call, and they'll come down and meet
Yep.
you. But a lot of interesting stuff going on. Really, this time of year with December coming up, there are the different holiday hours that people need to be aware of,
Yep,
Sarah?
we will be. We'll be open our usual hours, which are 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, up until the week of Christmas. So
Okay.
December 24th through the 28th, our office will be closed, and then we'll be back New Year's Eve. 31st, closed again for the holiday on the 1st, and then back to regular hours on the 2nd. So.
Okay, so off that entire Christmas week.
Yep. The university takes, and so that's it'd be pretty slow. So
you come back for one day and then take another day off.
I know it's a little silly, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
very
if you
silly.
need anything, get your soil test in before the holiday, and we'll be happy to help you. So.
Great. Well, fantastic. Well, anything else you
I
need to
think
pass
that's all.
on?
Just give us a call if we can help you.
All right, so if you have any questions about 4-H, if you're out there wondering, this is a great time because they do a lot of different projects at this time of year, especially now with winter coming up, do a lot of inside stuff.
Right.
But definitely want to check that out. Just get in touch with Linda Shelton, and she's there on what days?
She's there Monday through Thursday,
Okay.
and usually afternoon. So.
Yeah, she's not a morning person.
Best to catch her in the afternoon.
Best to catch her in the afternoon. Trust me. She's not a morning person. So you have to kind of shake her and pour coffee down her throat and stuff to get her going. But Linda can help you with all that and answer the questions you might have. And if you're interested in community garden, get in touch with Sarah. She can help you.
Yep.
And if you have any other questions about extension, just call up there and either Carrie or Brenda or yourself or somebody can get more information out to them. Or go online, which is again
extension.missouri.edu.
/Dent, right?
/Dent if you want the specifics.
Just one Dent. Okay, very good. Sarah, as always, thanks for coming in. We
Dan.
appreciate you and the extension and all the work that you guys do to help
you.
out people in our county. And if you need their services, they're available. And all you got to do is stop on by, again, the second floor at the Judicial Building on 5th Street right here in Salem, Monday through Friday. And again, that's from 8 to 4:30.
Right.
Except for the week of Christmas, they will be closed.
Right.
And then, of course, closed New Year's Day as well. All right. Thank you much,
Thanks,
Sarah.
Dan.
Appreciate it.